in middle school, if anyone remembers that went to school with me, a drama account on Instagram, it was me.
That was you.
Yes. Hi, people.
Hey.
Have you seen that clip of Shawn Mendes where he's like in the chair and he goes, "Hey, people."
No.
You haven't seen that?
No.
Okay, well, hi. Welcome to That's Crazy Podcast, where we talk about all things that make us go, "That's crazy." My name is Gage.
And my name is Zoe.
And I don't want to give us too much of an introduction because I feel like that's like kind of cheesy. I kind of want people to like discover us throughout.
Like, do a deep dive on us, have them stalk us a little bit.
We do both have famous birthdays pages.
We do.
We are washed up TikTokers from 2019.
Hey, now.
Zoe still posts. I haven't posted in a long time, except I'm going to start now that we're doing this podcast. So, essentially, the format of this podcast is that every week we're going to talk about something that makes us go, "That's crazy." And then we have a second segment called "What's Going On with the
Girls, Gays, and Theys." It'll be fun.
It'll
It'll be great. We're going to do great.
That's where we'll talk about like pop culture. We'll talk about stuff going on in our lives and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's fun to hear about what all the celebrities are doing. But you know what is more fun? Hearing about what's going on in your small town.
No, wait. Okay, segue. Wait, that was kind of good. Okay, so yeah, our first episode's topic is... Also, we have like 3 camera angles, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We didn't need to go that bougie for this, but...
We're going a little crazy.
Here at... What's the name of our production company?
What is it called? TCP?
Here at TCP, we value quality over...
Everything else.
Everything else. I don't know.
I don't know.
So yeah, our first topic is growing up in a small town, because I feel like that kind of formed who we are.
What we do, what we think
as
about.
people.
Our trauma.
Our trauma. Also, if you are an audio only listener, we do have a set behind us. If you are a visual watcher, ignore the wallpaper popping at the seams. We tried really hard, but
We get a hall pass. It's the first episode.
It's the first episode of season 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think we should just start with something that recently just happened in our small town.
Yeah.
We're not going to say our small town.
No.
Name, right?
No. Let's call it Dinkyville.
So in Dinkyville.
It's a little dinky town. I don't know. Plus, it's like 2 towns. It's not one town. It's 2 towns next to each other. That it's just they're the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like a walk away.
Should we give like some demographic information before we like go into this?
Yeah.
Okay, so we live in Nebraska, which like that's pretty obvious, I think.
Is it? I don't feel like they could be able to tell. We could be anywhere right now. No, we live in Nebraska.
And so okay, we live like in a small town.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of this episode.
Yeah.
And there's like how many people?
I think there's like, I mean, it's growing.
Combined, maybe like 4,000. Yeah.
That's a good number.
Yeah, I think so. And so like it's obviously gotten bigger over the years. Our graduating class is like what, like 70 people?
74.
70. Why'd you know the exact number?
Because that's things that I remember. I remember everything. It definitely wasn't like we were secluded or anything.
No.
Just like a 20-minute drive to the city.
And so, I mean, obviously, like, I'm gay. And, like, I know. Who
What?
And so I never felt like necessarily, like, I mean, obviously there's, like, homophobia in our town.
Mm-hmm.
But I never felt necessarily, like, unsafe or anything.
No. I feel like we were at a point where it's like nobody really cared.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, oh well.
And so that kind of brings me into our first topic of this, actually, which is Dinkyville days.
I live in Dinkyville.
So I don't know if you guys in small towns have this, but basically like in smaller towns, or I guess like in big towns, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's like festivals every year that like just celebrates the town. Usually it's followed by the word days.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dinkyville days.
Dinkyville days. And it's usually like beer gardens, parades. talent shows.
Just like reunions, you know? It's like
Yeah.
everybody went, no matter how far away you were.
No, so I live an hour away from my small town now. And Zoe sang this weekend at #Dinkyville Days.
Dinkyville Days.
And so I drive an hour to go back to this town. And I pull up. We have a really cute, like, think of like a small town you live nearby. There's like it's like just like a main street. There's like a church.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's usually like some sort of like veterans club.
It's like staple things in like an almost ghost town.
Yeah. No, dying town.
Dying.
Exactly.
Never thriving, was it? I mean, the railroad is through it, so it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And so I pull up into this town, and I see this like vibrant redhead walking into the bar. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Zoe, period. And so I walk in, and like to your left, there's like, how long has it been? 2 minutes? We can't swear apparently within the first like 2 minutes.
Yeah, we have to
there's
keep
a
it
giant
clean.
like, fuck Biden sign.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh,
Decor.
decor.
These people, the only thing that they really care about in Dinkyville is that they have alcohol there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get in the way of that, then you're a problem. Anything else, they don't really care.
Mm-hmm. Also, not sponsored by Arby's, but I do have it.
We did get Arby's. I
We did
really
get
wanted
Arby's
curly
before this.
fries. And I had to poop before this, too. I wanted food and to poop. I'm a simple woman, so.
She was like, before she was like, should I bring the spray down?
Well, I was just asking because I didn't know if it was going to be stinky.
It's okay, you're polite.
I was being polite.
So anyways, we're at this event. It's like 95 degrees,
It was so hot.
mind you.
Oh, my God.
And I asked Zoe, I'm like, okay, so where are you singing and when are you singing? And you're like,
I don't know.
I don't know, or you just didn't respond.
I don't know. I didn't know. I was not informed of anything. I was just told, you're going to sing. You.
And so how did you, okay, what songs did you sing again?
I sang like an Amy Winehouse song. I sang a Greta Van Fleet song. And then I sang a song by Journey. Because they asked me in the first place if I just wanted to do an open mic.
Mm-hmm.
Not if I wanted to open for the entire Dinkyville Days.
You kind of did, actually.
I did.
It was like 5 p.m. There was a crowd of like me and my boyfriend.
2 other
Caden.
people. the crowd was minimal. It was like 3 crumbs.
And so like you come out on the stage and there's like nobody really paying attention. And you go up to the mic and you're like, hi, hello.
What the fuck am I supposed to say? Hey guys, thanks for coming out. Who the fuck am I talking to?
Because you were opening up, what's the name of the band? Maybe we should promote the band.
Should we? Or is that going to give away where we live?
Maybe we shouldn't. Yeah, you're right. My producer just looked at me and said.
Yeah, let's not.
So you opened for a band.
I opened for a band. Yep.
And I just want to talk about your stage presence because you kind of ate it up.
Did I?
Zoe's a singer. Zoe had a viral video on YouTube when we were in middle school. What song was it? It was Demi Lovato, wasn't it?
Stone Cold Demi Lovato. Yep.
Stone
I'm getting flashbacks
Stone
to the war.
Cold.
Ugh.
I
I don't want to think about that.
But like, even just like watching like that middle school video compared to like when you were on that stage, like you kind of just didn't give a fuck.
No,
You
I
were,
didn't.
You were singing like, what's the lyrics to Back to Black? Like, what's like a line?
Oh, he left no time to regret, kept his dick wet.
Is that really in the song?
That's the beginning of the song. Oh.
That's not the beginning of the song?
It is, but that's not what she said. She said lips.
I said lips.
Oh.
Because I thought there was going to be children there.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
But still keeping your lips wet.
Yeah. Okay, period, PG Queen.
Yeah. I was thinking about the children.
But no, she walked on the stage and she starts singing, and it's not like, there's not like choreo to those songs or anything.
No.
But you're just like letting vocals rip, and you're like, ah. And you would pace around a little bit, you'd be like, to the music.
The thing is that I practiced from like 7 a.m. until I got on that stage. So I don't think it was like necessarily me being like, this is easy. It was me being fucking tired.
I think it's been 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Has it been? Okay.
Yeah.
I was tired. I was so sick of singing those songs.
Well, okay, so what happened? Because I left. I went to go see my mom. I did not stay for all of what is it? Dinkyville
Dinkyville
Days.
Dinkyville Days.
And so what happened after?
Well, I had 2 shots before I sang, and then I had a shot after I sang, and then after that there are these buckets. They're like this big, like little sandcastle buckets you give like your like 4-year-old toddler. And I drank 5 of them.
But what was in them?
It was like orange juice and then like 3 liqueurs in it. Liquors. Liqueur. Yeah, it was like a jungle juice. Liqueur? No, but I was drinking and drinking and drinking. But the thing about being there is like you see everybody that you know. Or you have known.
That's like super common. I feel like everybody like, you go back, especially if you moved away.
Yeah.
Like I moved away. And you go back and you see all these people that you haven't seen in like 5 years, but they still look the same.
They do.
Like I saw our friend McKenna.
Yep.
Shout out to McKenna. Oh, I didn't mean to say her full name.
You're gonna have to like blur it out.
I will.
Oh no.
I saw my friend McKenna,
Yep.
and she looked the same.
They look the exact same.
And she's like, I haven't seen you since high school. And I was like, I didn't even recognize that because you look the exact same.
I could blink and it could have been like 4 years ago again.
Literally.
I don't know.
Literally. I love her though. But then you also see like
People you don't want to see.
should we get them like
Not that you don't want to see them. It's just like I could have gone the rest of my life without having another conversation with you. Not that I hate you, but
should we get them like code names?
there's gonna be too many people.
I know, everyone.
Like we're gonna be like Eminem 1, Eminem 2, Eminem 3. Like they all have the same personality anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So besides Dinkyville days, what do you got on your list? Like what's some of the first things that come to mind when you think of our small town?
Well, I mean, like earlier on in life is very different from like later on in life because like early on, when I think of small towns, I think of like going to school and like the cliques, you know. But it's not just the cliques at school; it's the cliques with the parents.
That segue was crazy. I already looked at our doc that had all our ideas on it, and it says the cliques among mothers and parents, and you kind of ate that. That was a good segue.
I mean, it's not wrong. That's like exactly what I think of when I think back.
Yeah.
To like the worst days of my life, and then even following into my young adult life, I'm like, you have not changed. These cliques.
It's crazy though, because was your mom in any of them?
No.
Neither was my mom, and that's why whenever we'd see them, we were like, this is weird.
Because why would you need to? First of all, like if you have a kid and you're in a clique, your kid is gonna think that they have to be with the other kids of that clique that you were in. Let your kid figure themselves out.
You know what? And that's how it worked, didn't it? Actually,
It did. That's exactly how it worked.
A lot of our like popular cliques that we had in school their parents were just friends, I think.
But it's not even that they were popular. It's just if you had money or not.
Wow. Let's open up the whole tea here, everybody. We were both poor.
And maybe we're just having FOMO. Maybe they were actually having a great time. Maybe we were just
literally.
Like,
No, literally. Okay, so that's another key like demographic part of our town. Is it was definitely like a poorer town. Like people either worked like
really hard or they
didn't
had it
work.
handed them to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like, okay, so across from our school there was like this factory.
Oh yeah.
And I could literally smell like burning plastic when we'd be like running on the track. So if I get a rare form of cancer in like 30 years,
it's because of that.
we need to start a settlement. Yeah. And so I mean that's like part of it kind of is like there was like large families in our small town that just had like generational wealth, like passed down.
Old money.
Yeah. And there'd be new money people would come in too. And Loki, I kind of like the new money people better than the old money people.
That's because they came here or they went there because they wanted to be there.
Yeah.
The old money's like, I have to stay here because I have a name for myself and this is where my money is.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, you don't have to make it everybody's problem.
And so for most of us, we worked like, just like, I don't know, small town jobs that were like pretty common.
Yeah.
Like, I actually have this on my list because I want to talk about it. So it's Nebraska, so there's a lot of cornfields, obviously. I mean, like,
Yep.
Driving on the highway, around your house, in front of our school, like cornfields everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere and anywhere, which is why it's so weird describing Dinkyville to people.
Yep.
Because they think we're so close to like big city life, but like
Yes.
you can drive 10 minutes and we're in the middle of a cornfield.
Or you say Dinkyville and they're like, I don't know where that is. And then you say Dinkyville version 2, and they're like,
Big Dinkyville.
okay, I know that is. And you're like, you don't know what you passed on the way to get there.
And so one of these small town jobs I had was I detasseled one year. And I don't know if y'all know what detasseling is, but it's literally like, to this day, I don't think I understand it. There's like, okay, so there's male and female corn.
Yes.
And when they love each other very much.
When they love each other. You're breeding them.
It's breeding. It's like to prevent like cross-pollination or something, you have to like take off like, it was either like the male part of the plant or the female part of the plant.
I don't know. I never did it.
You're right. I don't know why, like, they just didn't like invent a machine or something to do it for people, but instead they hired like, I think the earliest was like 14.
13.
13? It's kind of child labor. I don't know.
It is. No, 100%. And then they can pay them the bare minimum.
I'm trying to think how much I got paid. Like,
You probably got paid $500. Maybe even less.
I think it was like 800. But I also didn't. Okay.
You were getting the big bucks.
Let me talk about a day in my life of a detasseler. You wake up at 4 a.m. and you have to dress head to toe in warm clothes and rain gear because it's cold in the morning here, and it's also dewy in the morning. So like when you're walking through those cornfields, it was really okay. So I'm also 5'4", and so these cornfields are still like 2 feet above me, so you really can't see over them, which is number one scary. But also they're covered in dew from the morning, and so as you walk past, you're just getting drenched in water. But then it starts to like. Literally, it starts to get like warmer throughout the day. By noon, you had to take off all those layers or you would start getting rashes like all over your arms and legs because like the wet mixed with like the warm or something. I don't know. But then you also had to wear like long sleeve t-shirts. And, like I had to wear like a handkerchief around my neck because otherwise you get corn rash from like walking through the corn, and like they make like little cuts in you as you walk past them. I did all this for like $9 an hour.
You could have dragged me out of bed at 4 a.m. for that.
Well, the thing is, it was like a summer where there's only so many places you can work in our town. If you miss a certain opportunity, like once summer applications close, they close. Yeah. And so all I had left was detasseling.
I'm really sorry.
What was your first job?
Probably not until after I graduated high school.
Wow.
I know.
Wait, what was it? Is it what you do now?
No. I was...
You don't remember?
Well, the reason that I say that is not that I wasn't working. It's just I babysat for people.
Yeah.
So that wasn't technically a job. It was like a gig.
That's like a pretty, like, common thing for, like, a small town.
Yeah.
Like, job, though.
Everybody has kids. I'm a hot commodity.
Literally.
You know?
No, you literally, she would be like, I'm like, what are you doing tonight? She'd be like, I'm babysitting. I'm like, oh, okay. Next night, what are you doing? Babysitting? Yep. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, for a different family, though. Yeah. You'd be babysitting like 4 people at once.
And I would have no money to show for it. I'd be like, did I get paid? I can't remember because I went to Target right afterwards.
What's like your like craziest like babysitting story?
Oh. I don't know if I can say that.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
No. Honestly, it wasn't even that bad. There's just like scenarios that it's like everybody's kids are freaking naughty sometimes, and they're going to be naughty if the babysitter's there. Because who's going to tell them not to do that? Not me.
That's why I don't think I could be a babysitter, because I just...
It's tough because it's literally the kids' words against yours sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. That's why I was always very nice to them, and if they wanted a popsicle, I gave it to them. Because you never know. If you were naughty at somebody's house that you were babysitting at, everyone's going to know. Because you know what? In a small town, everybody knows everybody's business.
Your segues are crazy. This is another one of the points on the document.
I know, I'm good.
Because you know why? It's everybody's business. The way I just saw you come in frame right here. Hey.
But it's true.
No, okay. Where should we start? We didn't really get on social media, like full social media, until like later in our life.
No. I think we were very in the moment. I think we were too hyper focused on everything being about us in the moment that we didn't care about what was happening to anybody else.
Me and Zoe were the it girls. You guys. I mean, maybe in our mind.
Yeah, maybe we were nothing. but we were just so busy all the time. It's like we had to go to school, and then at school we were just acting like hooligans, and then it's like we this and this and this.
We did
after school.
Everything.
We did everything we possibly
We did
could.
one act. We did. Well, I did speech. You did speech also, but not for as long.
I did speech for a little bit.
We did track, cross country. We were on the cheer team. I was a student council president for 2 years.
Yeah, me and Gage would fight for like the hierarchy spot in every section, and Gage would freaking win. So I would be like runner up.
No, Zoe won prom queen.
Because Gage can't win prom queen.
I was on homecoming court, and I was beat out by a freaking football player. And I'm going to blame homophobia on it.
You should. Why not?
But no, literally, especially like when it came to relationships.
Yes.
If anything happened, your first kiss happened, you got pregnant, you broke up, you got cheated on, it was everywhere by the next day. And you know who spread all of it?
Yik yak.
Me.
Don't say that.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's
I did
terrible.
in middle school, if anyone remembers that went to school with me, a drama account on Instagram. It was me.
That was you.
Yes. One of my teachers came up to me one time and she was like, "A little birdie told me that you started the drama account."
Who did you tell? No one?
I don't remember. I don't know how she found out.
Just assumptions.
I was kind of, I don't know, I was just dramatic in
You were.
middle school. And so that's one of the things is there would be drama accounts popping up left and right. I only did it once, and it was like very like, it wasn't harmful or anything. I think the stuff I posted like wasn't necessarily. Me trying to defend this.
I was in the right.
I don't think it was necessarily like harmful, but then there was also the accounts. Do you remember the ones where it was like, match me up with like someone at the school, and they would post like side by side photos of like people they thought should date.
That was me.
That was you. So why'd you come for me for starting a drama
Because
account?
you were doing the drama. I was just thinking of who would look cute together. You were like, she's pregnant, she's got a fat butt.
So why did you never pair me up with anyone?
Because I wanted you for myself. I'm just kidding. You probably weren't even in my mind. Like, we were not friends during that time.
We didn't become friends until much later. I also told everybody that I liked Zoe.
Yeah.
She was my kind of like beard throughout high school until I finally came out.
You know how many ladies would come up to me and be like, he's mine. I'm like, girl, good luck.
There was, okay. This is one of my favorite stories from high school. No, it was like middle school. I
Was
had
it?
this, I think it was middle school.
Okay.
I had this girl. If you're out there, hi girl. I love you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing so well in life. And we were close. We would like make YouTube videos together and stuff. Like, that's when I kind of got into like my YouTube era.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she liked me. Actually, I know she liked me.
Oh, we know.
And I don't think I necessarily led her on, but also like I didn't do anything to stop it because I'm like fully gay. Like, but at the time I hadn't come out or anything, so I was just kind of ambiguous to everybody.
Yeah.
And she texts me one night and she goes, "I think I like you. Like, I love spending time with you. I like you a lot. Like, do you want to go on a date sometime?" And I get those messages. I'm like, delete. Because I didn't know what to say. Because I was gay. I don't know.
What are you supposed to say?
I don't know. And so I come back to school the next day. We're at lunch. And she's like, "Did you get my text last night?" And I'm like, I don't know. I think something went wrong with my phone.
It didn't bounce off the satellite correctly.
I showed her. I was like, "Look, our text messages are empty." Like, because I had deleted it. And I was like, and nothing came through. I don't know. And she never brought it up again. So if you're out there,
Formal apologies
sorry.
needed. Go ahead.
Formal apology. But okay?
What are you about to say?
Now, why don't you go first? I was about to ask, what's the most dramatic moment that you can remember from high school?
From high school?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't even remember what I ate yesterday. So.
Okay, I'll start. There was a time my freshman year of high school. I don't know what was wrong with me. I was kind of a bitch my freshman year. And there was this, like, fight that happened in class, but we didn't have fights at our school. So it was like,
Oh, I know exactly what you're about to say.
this one kid had like slapped this other kid. Meanwhile, the sub was like doing his like freaking like, what was it, crossword puzzles. He was like in his seat doing his crossword puzzles, like
As he should.
not helping the fight whatsoever. And this girl who I love, and hi if you're watching, she posted on her story and she's like, guys, we should not fight, like we need to keep the peace or something like that. I can't remember what she said.
No. Gage said
And
no.
I posted on my Snapchat story, I don't know why I did this, I go, she is F-A-K-E, and there was clap emojis in between each one. Public story. 300 people. I don't know why I posted it. So one of her friends comes into my class and she goes, Gage, you need to delete that story. That is not right. And I turn around. I don't know what was wrong with me. I don't know why I was so... Maybe it's because I hadn't come out yet.
You were just having a bad day,
It was.
honestly.
I turn around in my chair and I go, but it's true. I'm not going to delete it if it's true. And she's like, okay, I'm going to go tell the principal. And so I get called down to the office. I'm walking down to the office. I delete the story. I put up this mask and I go, I am so sorry. I regret it. It was in the heat of the moment.
Principal's like, I am not believing any of this.
He didn't give a fuck. He was like, okay.
Honestly.
You deleted it? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay. And that was the end of that.
I don't know. Every big thing that happened with me in high school was like downright illegal.
What are you talking about?
Like child predators. That's a different video.
I was about to say, the way we both
That
went
is a
silent and
different
looked at the
video.
frames, we have some crazy stories. So make sure you subscribe and keep up to date with this because we should definitely save that for
Next time.
like a whole episode.
Yeah. I know that we were talking about big things that were happening when we were in school.
Mhm.
But one topic I did want to break up is that if anybody knows who Jack and Jack are, great artists. Great. I love them. I love them both. Can I sing that or is that
Sing
copyright?
it. No, I think you can sing it.
Girl, like you. But they filmed a music video in our town, which was probably one of the coolest things.
Yeah.
Let's bring it away from a negative topic, then bring it right back. Because after they filmed that music video in our town, the place that they recorded this music video at, there was someone that went to school with us there, and then
He shot the police, didn't he?
he shot a cop.
He shot him?
He
Or
shot
he
at
tried
the
to
cop.
shoot him?
I think he shot at the cop. Maybe he missed. I don't know. But
That was a crazy way to bring this up.
it was a crazy experience because it was like everybody's so excited, and then we were like, oh.
What do you think? Did he have like a mental break or what was it? Or was it drugs?
I know exactly what happened, but I don't want to say it.
That's okay. That's okay.
No, but it's just crazy because it's like we never have anything happen in our town
Yeah.
in Dinkyville.
We
So
honestly,
like that, they
we-
have something amazing happen, and then immediately after we ruined it for ourselves.
Yeah. Because we didn't really have like crime.
But I do want to say across the street from the trailer park home is Dinkyville Apartments, and these are the original apartments that are in Dinkyville,
Yeah.
and it got swatted.
It did?
like a
Did I see
week
that? I
ago.
saw that recently on your...
Yes, it got swatted.
Why?
It was like someone was being held hostage at gunpoint or something, or it was like called in that was the ordeal that was happening. But I'm just like, you never know when it's gonna happen in Dinkyville. It's like,
Oh my god.
what? I don't understand.
Next thing, I'm gonna try and do a creative segue. Next thing you know, a Dollar General opens.
And we were saved.
No, okay, so one of the biggest events that's ever happened in our town is when a Dollar General opened.
Iconic.
That's it. That's all I have to say about
Life-changing.
it.
Because what did we have? We just had Casey's.
We had Casey's.
It was Casey's, Dollar General, and then it was Love's,
We have a Love's now.
which brought the
Isn't there sex trafficking
yes.
there?
I was just gonna say that, which brought the sex trafficking, which is so terrifying because you go from having a town that's like nothing happens here, it's so safe, then we get the truck stop.
I do have it. This isn't even my story, but this is a crazy story of like a sex trafficking like attempt. So there's like this smaller town near us, and one night a group of my friends were like driving in their truck, like down the road, and they see this truck like approach them, And like it stops suddenly. And this girl gets out. She's screaming like bloody murder, like, help me, help me, help me. Like, anyone would think like, oh, let me go help that girl.
Yeah.
Like, that's scary. They knew, my group of friends, they knew something was up though. They're like, this is weird. Let's just keep like driving on past. And literally as they're like driving away, because like we just need to get out of this area.
Yeah.
They see the girl like throw away the act, like stop crying, like goes back to normal, gets in the car, and the car drives away. Like as a bait almost. And so like I don't know if she was like under control or something, or if she was part of it.
Yeah. Or is there more we want to
There
talk
is
about?
one more thing I do want to touch on. I got our local librarian fired.
Why have I never heard about this?
You never heard about this?
No.
Okay, so there's another girl. Girl number 3 mentioned. Hi, girl. If you are watching this, I love you still. And we used to go to our small town library like every single day in middle school during the summer, just because we didn't have anything else to do here.
No.
And we could walk there, and we could play on the computers. I think I'd go on like girlsgogames.com because I was gay.
That was a good one.
Yeah. But I also loved like just helping out around the library because we were there so often. So we like
Yeah.
help her put back books. Eventually, she started letting us like come around the corner of like the desk and like check people in and shit.
You
and,
was
like,
working a full-time job.
I was employed. I was grinding like a dog day and night.
He was employed.
But that's the thing though, because she started letting us go behind the counter. We came back one day and she was gone. And we're like, where? I can't remember her name anymore. But I was like, where's Miss Librarian?
Yeah.
And the head librarian was like, she is gone. She's no longer working at this establishment. And we're like, why? And she was like, because we were the ones, obviously, like, they probably would have seen us behind the counter. And so she's like, I cannot disclose those details at this time. And so we hear from, like, Miss Librarian, like, later, like, family friends or something, that she'd gotten fired because she let us help out behind the counter. Which, like, maybe she shouldn't have been letting us do that, but I was having fun.
Well, if I was a librarian and these 2 weird kids kept coming in, I'd be like, what's going on at home? Why are they here? Why do they need to hang out so much? And I'd be
Nothing
like,
was happening. We're bored.
let me give you some love, I guess,
Yeah.
you know? They fired her for that?
Yeah. So if you are out there, I don't know if she's still alive. If you are alive and you are thriving, I'm so happy for you. I'm so sorry that we got you fired.
Apologies.
Period. All right. Well, now I think it's time we transition a little bit to what's going on with the
Girls, gays, and theys. We hit that.
We're gonna work on that. We will work on that.
We're gonna do better next time. Okay, let's look at our list here. What do we
Yeah.
have to talk about?
I'll let you start because you had some fun stuff on there. So again, this is like our like pop culture, what's just going on with our lives,
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah. Well, what did I have on here? I need to check again. Oh my God, pumpkin spice is here.
You guys,
need
it's
to talk
almost
about
fall. As it's like, it's literally, I don't have my Apple Watch on. That's embarrassing. It's
Is it
101 degrees
outside?
Yeah, 100 degrees today, but fall is coming.
But we're October babies, so it's like once we get the slightest scent of like crispy leaves
Literally.
on the ground, we're like,
Literally. Follow us on famous birthdays. We both have October birthdays.
we do.
I'm Halloween, October 31st. You,
I'm like the halfway point. Gage can never
Are you
remember
16th?
my birthday.
it's the 16th?
Someone give him some brownie points. Somebody give him a treat.
I'm horrible at remembering birthdays, but
You
we're
remember
both
though.
October birthdays.
We are.
And we both like grew up in a really good time for Halloween, I feel like, because we grew up in the time where like we talk about this all the time. We're like the Gen Z people who like didn't have iPads growing up
Yeah.
until we were like, I had my first smartphone when I was like 8th grade maybe, or like smart piece of technology.
Yeah, that's a good gauge.
Yeah, we had like overheads, we had all that. And so like our Halloweens were very classic. We had like the cute 90s decorations, like plastic pumpkins. Everyone would go out and trick or treat. We wouldn't get worried about like finding razor blades in our candy.
Oh my God, yeah.
That was crazy.
That was a crazy time.
Did that happen in our town, or is that just
It did happen in our town. A few. But I feel like it could have been like dumb kids doing it and
Yeah.
throwing it in a bowl or
Yeah.
something.
That was just parents who were like, I'm paranoid. Please help me. There were so many of those.
My mom would like take the candy out of the bag and be like, it's good. It's safe. And like, okay, well now they're all opened and you take a bite out of each one.
She said, let me just test this real quick.
I think it was just her way of being able to eat the candy.
There is, okay, something very traumatic happened to Zoe recently that I think we need to bring up because even our local news is trying to get the dish on this story, and so I think we need to hear first. So let me just open with the headline. Local girl falls deep underground into a sinkhole while it's raining. I want you to tell the full story because I wasn't even there. I was seeing Hosier that night. So
I did fall victim to a hole in the sidewalk in our city. I literally fell victim. So our friend and I, Lane. Hi, Lane.
Hi, Lane.
Our friend Lane and I were walking up to this bar that I go to every Wednesday to sing. And it was pouring rain. And we were like, let's just get out and we're going to run up to the bar. And I was like, sick, let's go. I got a sweatshirt over my head. We're sprinting on this sidewalk. Now, who said it? Was it Lane that said it was 100% user error?
I was going to say, I want to pull up the group chat just so I can see these text messages because they're so funny.
It was like 99.98% user error because that sidewalk had been closed for the past like 2 months. And there was no signs. It was dark. The street lights weren't working. I'm pretty sure the power had just gone out.
That could be dangerous, actually. That could be like electrified, like freaking water.
I didn't care. I wanted to go have a drink. That's what I cared about. But we were running, and I was just like, oh, blackout. Couldn't see. Felt like I was back in the womb. I thought I was restarting life.
Wait, so how far did you fall in? Like, where did the water go up to?
Neck deep.
That's kind of scary, though. Like, the fact that, like, there's just, like, open sinkholes that are that deep.
Well, it's like, it's just like the sidewalk, and they were taking out that piece of cement.
It's the craziest story I've ever
I don't
heard.
even know. Because it's like, so here's the sidewalk, and then it, like, did a dip, and then it did, like, so I could crawl out. Yeah. But I had gone into the deepest part of it. Neck deep, fell forward, splashed my face, crawled out. Lane is fucking laughing. And then, so I'm like, okay, I'm not even going to let that bug me. I'm just going to keep running because I'm wet anyways because it's raining. I didn't care. So I leave Lane in the dust, obviously.
Did she fall in also?
I turn around and she's in a different one. And she's got her purse in the air like, my purse. Dumps it. Water is falling out of her bag. We had all of our car keys in there, like everything. She ended up cutting her foot on, there was like a sign in the water or in the hole. So she got a tetanus shot.
Jesus Christ.
And
well, this is the text chain.
Oh yeah, read it.
So I'm seeing a Hosier that night. And Lane texts guys in our group chat, and I go, just saw a Hosier, and it was like a picture of Hosier like sitting on the stage.
They just having a beautiful grand old time.
It was great. And the first text I get is Lane going, Zoe was fully submerged in a sinkhole.
It's gone.
And I go, what? She goes, guys, we're not joking. We just fell into sinkholes from construction. It's pouring rain. They were full. And then I don't think I didn't get any more text messages.
No, because we were we were texting that to you with sopping wet fingers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was great though. Like when we walked in, everybody looked at us, and the first thing that I said when I got in there, because the attention was on us clearly, is I'm wetter than any man has ever made me.
Period.
And I got a lot of snaps for
that. She sent us this video, and it's. I don't know if I might be too lazy to put this in post, but if I am not too lazy, here's a video. It's her, if you're an audio listener, it's her, like, just standing in the bar, sopping wet, just, like, standing, like, that, like, the emoji of, like, just the guy that's just, like, standing there.
Oh, my God. And I'll send you the ones that I took, too, because I think Lane just sent you hers, but mine are, like, mine's me flipping the camera, like, just fell in a sinkhole. But the crazy thing is that the news kept contacting me like 2 days after. Come to find out, the bar owner, after we had walked in and fell in, he had called the city and been like, I just had 2 like 22-year-old girls fall in a sinkhole because you guys won't fix the sidewalk.
Literally.
And then it got brought to like a city board meeting. And that's why the news was contacting me. Apparently it was this big deal. And then that next Wednesday after we went, and there was caution tape, signs with blinking lights on it, and they had filled the holes with sand.
Well, because you could have drowned.
I could have drowned. I could have hit because I had fell into that like dirt. I could have smashed my head on the other piece of the sidewalk. There could have been poles in there. Everybody keeps saying to sue, but I don't really want to deal with them more than I have to.
Well, city government, you heard it here first.
And when I fell, I broke my phone screen. So
did you?
City government, you can pay for that.
You did.
That's the only reason I would sue, because it's like $300 to fix that screen. I'm a fan of Tate McRae. I would just like to say that.
Is she the one with the Diet Pepsi song? That's Addison Rae.
That's Addison Rae. I'm talking about Tate McRae.
What's her song? What's her famous song?
Yeah, you looking like I'm some sweet escape. I would love myself. Don't believe me.
Oh, I know that song. I do though.
Yes. In recent news, she has a headpiece now, like Britney Spears.
Oh, like
cute head.
Like with the
microphone.
That is iconic. Actually,
she's a pop star.
I think I need to get into her a little bit more.
You should. You should. I really like her backstory too. She was like one of those YouTube girls. It's just like I had this little MIDI board, and she would do 4 chords, and she would write amazing songs. Like her lyrics are what really shone through.
I actually really liked like the lyricism that she had. I wasn't expecting it.
Wasn't Troye Sivan like that too?
Yes.
He did those. Yeah, yes. Those two. Like her voice it's different.
Was she okay? Wait. You said she was a YouTube girl, right?
She was.
And that's where she came from. Did she do TikTok at all before that? I can't remember.
I don't believe so. I feel like maybe people had posted her song to TikTok.
Yeah.
But it was mostly YouTube.
And because I've seen her choreo videos. That's where I like.
Because she was a dancer.
Yeah, that's where I first like got her for. Because I was like, pop girls don't dance like this anymore.
No, that's what makes her
kind
amazing.
Of special, I know.
It's a new Britney.
A new Britney. Britney, if you're watching, Queen. I'm just kidding. Do you remember that video when we were little of that? What was her name? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Leave Britney alone.
Leave Britney alone.
What else you got in your pop culture for the week?
Oh, my pop culture for the week. Mercury is still in Gatorade.
What does that mean?
I prefer Powerade.
Mercury in retrograde.
Yeah.
It means that what did they say? I'm not gonna be able to explain it correctly. I'm gonna butcher it. It's like when the sun and Mercury are like perfectly aligned, and so we have these constant vibrations going on here that once they align, everything goes, and that's why like crazy things happen to people when we all go crazy.
Cause are you a Scorpio? Or are you a?
I'm a Libra.
Cause you're just right before the cutoff, or I'm like right after the cutoff. I think.
You are, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio.
Which I thought everybody in October were Libras.
What does Mercury retrograde mean, like energy wise? Like, is it hard for
just
people right
off.
now, or is it like thrown off?
It's like people think that they're constantly like just being attacked. Like everything is going wrong. I fell in a hole for one.
Amen.
That is not something that happens on the regular for sure. It's like, did you have anything bad happen this month at all?
I think we kind of overlooked that text too fast. Like I saw it and I was like, oh, ha ha ha. And then like that night it clicked for me. I was like, she fell.
No, I fell in a hole.
In a hole.
For real. But no, it's like, I'm not going to be able to explain it in a great way. So, but it's just like basically our frequencies are off, and and it's something we can blame all our problems on, honestly.
Yeah. She just had this look of desperation and terror in her eyes.
Because I don't want someone to like come in and be like, you don't know what Mercury in retrograde means. I'm like, no, I don't. I had like,
honestly,
yeah,
it was
Gatorade.
in Gatorade. Please, if you are in the comments and you understand, I just looked at all 3 camera angles. If you are in the comments and you understand what Mercury retrograde is,
please give us an in-depth, because it's something that like we don't even understand yet fully. So it's like, how is somebody going to explain it to us?
And like I believe it, because like I don't know, we're made up of like, this is going to sound, our next episode is probably going to be conspiracy theories.
Oh my god, yeah.
But like our bodies are made up of like what, 90% water. I don't know if that's true, but
Vodka.
if the, if the like moon like can control the tides like that, like I think like planets have a big effect on our
We
emotional
cracked it.
state.
We've cracked it.
We cracked the code. Segue. I love Trisha Paytas. And her podcast, Just Trish, is a big inspiration for this podcast that we're doing now.
Yeah.
She recently sold out of her hoodies. And so, should I include this in the title? Trisha, please, if you have extra hoodies, get me on that list, girl. We love you. We love you here over at the That's Crazy podcast. It's our first episode.
We literally prayed over our food with her name.
We did. When we were eating Arby's, we were like, should we pray to the Lord? And it was Trisha Paytas.
We prayed to Trisha. Did you feel that, Trisha? If you did, send us the merch.
Something else I do want to talk about real quick, though, is Sabrina Carpenter's music video just came out with Jenna Ortega.
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it?
I have not seen it yet.
Well, let me give you a bit of a rundown.
Okay.
It's based on, do you know the movie Death Becomes Her?
Yes.
It takes inspiration from that.
Good movie.
I know.
Really good movie.
Me saying I know. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen that movie?
But I know like the references because I watched Drag Race. I watched, like I know the references.
Well, I know what you need to do after we're done here today because that is an amazing movie.
I know. So it's based on that. It's like, so she has Jenna Ortega, so she wanted to do like horror movie references. So there's like Psycho. There's more.
Obviously, if it's Jenna Ortega in it.
And so it's gory, it's fun, but at the end, they kiss. And like passionately. And I have never been so gagged in my entire life. And the topic I want to talk about with this is the conversation of queer baiting, which has been very popular for a long time, especially since Billie Eilish came out with, do you remember when she released the Lost Cause music video with all those girls?
Or I would just wish you were gay.
Yes. And she was like, I love girls. And people were like, she's queer baiting, get her out of here. Like, the thing is, for me, as a gay person, like, I just don't know that I necessarily think, there is, forms of queer baiting do exist. Like, people, like, can, like, play on queer themes to get people to like come watch or buy their product or whatever. But when it comes to like the internet at large, like I just don't think like it's right of people to like call things queer baiting when you don't know anything about that person.
That's fair.
And sexuality is so much more than just straight and gay. Like it's such a spectrum that like, especially when it came to Billie, like we know obviously Billie now identifies as gay, but she shouldn't have had to have done that, you know?
Yeah.
And so I saw some of the same conversation happening around with this Sabrina and Jenna Ortega moment. And Sabrina does like come out as straight on the album. She's like, the Lord forgot my gay awakening. And it's like, we know she's straight. And so like the kiss in the music video to me like isn't queer baiting. It's just two girls kissing. I don't know. Like
it's like you're two actors. You're following a script.
Yeah. And I'll probably go into this way deeper in another episode. I'm an actor. I hope to pursue acting in my future. And a big topic is, should straight people be allowed to audition for gay roles? But the thing is, legally,
about that.
when you're in an audition room, you legally cannot ask someone their sexuality because, discrimination.
That's like private life.
And so, I mean, if a person is playing a gay role and you're like, oh, he's straight, he shouldn't be playing that role. Like, how do you know, though? So, yeah, I guess the end of that conversation is just like...
It's just hard to tell.
Hard to tell. Don't assume someone's sexuality. Don't force somebody to label themselves.
Don't ask.
Don't ask. Let somebody tell you. Or not even... They don't have to tell you. If
they don't have to tell you anything.
Love who you love.
Amen.
Period.
Really controversial.
Amen.
What's it?
I see in your notes that you say Tara Yummy is God.
Tara Yummy.
Tara. Is she a mukbanger? Is that who she is? I can't remember. Who is she?
Tara Yummy. Okay. So her and this guy just were like early on YouTubers, and like some of their good videos are not even good, like most popular ones are like them doing like ghost hunting and things like that. And they were a very prominent like couple, and they are not together anymore, but they are still like on the most beautiful terms ever.
Did they have a channel together? They
did with Johnny.
What was it called?
It's like two emo guys and then Tara. His name's Jake Weber.
It's all starting to click. I'm starting to remember.
They're from like a while ago. They've been making videos for forever, and now they're finally getting the recognition they deserve.
Where's our recognition?
Where's our recognition?
We'll talk about someday. We're gonna go through all of our TikToks and YouTube videos, but
And we'll be like, we didn't deserve recognition for that. But no, I love her, and she does some videos with Tana sometimes, and Tana just like is just like, I love you, I wish I were you, and Tara's like, I am you, I learned how to be you, like I am your copy and paste. But I do love her.
That's like the biggest compliment though, like when you tell somebody that, like, I learned everything like I know from you.
You were my
inspiration.
But I do love her, and I just thought that I'd throw that in there because she is like one of the most like I watch her every day, and I also watch Queso every day.
Segue.
I love Queso. If you know who Queso is, he is a Twitch streamer, and I just love him.
We need to talk about Dress to Impress
and Queso
together, because honestly, like, a lot of like the rise of Dress to Impress I've seen comes from Queso.
Gosh, but I feel like Roblox was having like a steady rise anyways, like
especially because of COVID, I feel like.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But like within the past few months, I feel like it's been crazy. Like Dress to Impress was on a rise anyways, and then Queso came in and was like, this game slays.
And he ate.
And he
like,
eats
some
every
of his
time.
outfits are so good.
Like, he knows what he's doing now, and he has a VIP pass, so.
We need to, okay. I know the influencer marketing manager at Roblox. Dylan, if you're watching this, I love you. It's been a long time since we've chatted. Please get us VIP on Dress to Impress.
It's like $10 and we're begging for it.
Literally. We'll make podcast episodes about it, I promise.
Please.
I want to talk about how people cannot stay on theme.
No.
Which, like, I get it. Like, Roblox is a kid's game. It's honestly, nowadays it's marketed as all ages.
Yes.
Because there's just so much on there that there's something for everyone to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem you run into on Roblox, especially in Dress to Impress, with some of these themes is like, which is fine because they're kids, but like the kids don't know what the fuck Renaissance is.
Yeah, when you give them like gothic cottagecore, they're like, I don't know either of those words.
They don't know what the fuck the Baroque era is.
Like, what?
And so you get up there and like these like 8-year-olds will get first place over you for like
dressing like a banana.
Literally.
Like, or SpongeBob or something.
I saw one where it was like the 80s, and it was this girl who was just wearing like, she had AirPod Maxes on, like the little AirPod Max item, and I was like, they didn't have those in the 80s? I mean, they didn't have, they had headphones.
But it's like hard because it's like people are always like, you guys are teaming. Yeah, we are. I've got 4 grown adults with me who are playing.
Don't expose us.
the
the
same
votes.
game. And it's like when you lose on there, you're like, there's totally like a little group of giggling girls kicking
Literally.
their feet because they just like beat everybody else.
I tried to engage too much because I don't want to like, I don't know, like bully an 8-year-old, but also
Yeah.
they bully me. So like,
They are ruthless on there.
I've been called a fatty. I've been called.
I've had comments towards my mothers from an 8-year-old. I'm like, leave my mother alone. What do you know about her? But crazy. Love Roblox. I will continue to indulge in that.
Okay, this is one of the last things I want to bring up today.
Okay.
So I worked at Target
You did.
with this guy. He's really nice. Hey, guy, if you're watching this,
Sorry.
we'll call him
Teddy.
Teddy. Yeah,
That's a good
we'll
one.
call him Teddy. And we worked at Target for a while. He's a teacher now. He's thriving. He's doing great.
Awesome.
I logged onto Instagram the other day, and in one of our stories, I see like, I assume at first that it's just like one of those ads that comes up in between stories nowadays because
Yeah.
Instagram can't help but fucking monetize everyone to enter that platform. He is a Scentsy salesperson now. Do you know Scentsy?
Do I know Scentsy? How could
Do
you
I
not?
know Scentsy?
How could you not know what Scentsy is?
If you grew up in the early 2000s, girl, Scentsy was everywhere. It's
chokehold.
It's literally just wax melts. Like, it's nothing like... Were they the first ones to do it? Maybe they were.
Do a pyramid scheme?
No, it was one of those, so where like Tupperware parties, like the moms like in your local area would be like, you guys come to my house Friday night. It's gonna be
wine.
We're gonna get wine. There's gonna be Scentsy for sale. It's like, it's just wax melts.
I'm gonna have headaches. Like,
I didn't know they were still around though, and so I see on this Instagram story, he posts like, the fall Scentsy catalog is out, and the way I have never been. I was like, let me get my credit card out. I haven't bought anything yet.
don't.
But I love Scentsy.
Oh my god.
It smells good.
Tomorrow I'm going to be on Instagram and I'm going to see Gage being like, fall catalog is here.
I'm going to create a third Instagram account. It's going to be called gage.sensei.
Gage.Sensi is crazy.
Okay, there is actually one more thing I wanted to talk about because I almost forgot about it. Have you been paying attention to Katy Perry's current musical releases?
No.
Neither has the rest of the world.
No. I did see that one song that everybody was like, this should have been in the Barbie movie.
Yes. Okay, so that was Woman's World.
I did like that one.
Well, the only thing about all this is Dr. Luke is the producer. Dr. Luke, the one who assaulted Kesha, on the song called Woman's World. And it's not
I did
a bad
not know
song.
that.
I like all this new music, but why would you go back to Dr. Luke as a producer? It just doesn't make sense to me.
It's not like he's doing anything special that nobody else could do.
No, literally, I was like, this sounds like everything we've heard from the last 5 years of music. But
If you're going to be famous, you need to pay deep attention to who you're working
it just
with.
makes me sad because I was a Katy Perry fan for a long time. And, like, Dr. Luke produced her original Teenage Dream album, which was, like, a hit. And so when I listened to that, I'm like, you know what? This is a product of its era. Like, she doesn't work with him anymore or whatever. The song Woman World gets announced. I'm like, Woman's World, like, inspirational, woman power. And it's produced by Dr. Luke.
That's crazy.
It just, I don't know. Like, do you think she knows or, like, doesn't care or just is like, maybe she just doesn't know? I
mean,
don't know.
you have to be in a room with somebody when you're making a song. It's like, she knows.
Yeah.
I mean, before I came here and I was gripping the walls on the toilet pooping, I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw that the Jonas Brothers did a cover of a Panic at the Disco song.
Okay, but wait, which one?
Oh, well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor. And I know that the Jonas Brothers are a little problematic, but
Are they? Why?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. Well, one of them divorced his wife, and then that wife was walking around with Taylor Swift. Remember, it's the girl who's in Game of Thrones.
Oh, right. Oh,
What's her name? She's iconic.
Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones.
Yes, but that's why he's problematic. I think Nick Jonas is still doing good.
What's the third one? Kevin?
Kevin
Hey.
Kevin has always been doing good, hasn't he?
I think so.
Hasn't he always just been like, I'm here?
I don't think.
And there's a fourth brother.
Put it in the comments. There's a fourth brother. Put it in the comments if you know the fourth brother.
The fourth brother is actually cute.
Do you think we could be Wendy Williams? Clap if you care. Put it in the comments if the Jonas Brothers have been problematic. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I'm misinformed. I thought it was a big deal.
I was playing Wizard 101 the other day, and I ran into Nick Jonas.
Yes, I was on FaceTime with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and then you showed me your Selena Gomez tattoo.
I have. If you played Wizard 1 back in the day, girls, Wizard 101 girlies, stand up. I am a life wizard. I have my same account that I've had since I was a kid.
Yeah, comment down below what you were.
Did you play Wizard 101?
I did.
What
I was
wizard
the
were you?
death one.
That was my first one.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
There was like, for whatever reason, they did a collab with Selena Gomez in like 2011 maybe.
Yeah. That and Pixie Hollow were my
Pixie Hollow. What? I was a rose fairy. I mean a garden fairy.
A garden fairy?
Yeah. Do you remember?
I can't remember what I was. I probably picked something stupid.
The chapter markers on this video are going to be crazy. It's going to be like the downfall of Katy Perry and then
Pixie Hollow. I played Pixie Hollow, and then I played Movie Star Planet, and then Club Penguin.
Club Penguin.
And then what was the Webkins one?
Webkins World.
Was it just Webkins World?
I think it was Webkins World.
There were some weird games that I was playing on there because
We should do an entire episode on like online
online
worlds.
games. We should. Let's save that.
Okay.
Because that's crazy.
We'll save that. Stay subscribed for that, you guys.
You want to see that?
Well, I think that might be the end of our
Yeah.
for our inaugural. Did I say it right? Inaugural. Inaugural. Inaugural episode.
That's not what that
This is our first episode.
Our first episode. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Make sure that you follow us on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. And follow our socials too.
Yeah, I forgot what our Instagram What?
I thought it was the That's Crazy Pod.
Okay, yeah. Follow us on Instagram at thethatscrazypod for updates and new episode announcements. We're going to aim for Friday releases, I think.
Yeah, I think that we looked up that's the best
Yeah.
time, yeah.
Obviously, we both have full-time jobs. So if we ever disappear for a week, we are working because we live in corporate America.
Yeah.
Follow us on socials. Mine's at Gage Boardman, and you are?
Zoe Sennett.
She does singing. She does stunning looks, beautiful gowns.
I live to serve.
We serve every day. And also make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube for this.
Yeah.
Also, That's Crazy Podcast. Hit the bell, too, because I know some people don't get notifications sometimes. If you're on Spotify and Apple Music, please leave a review. I know that helps a lot with getting our podcast out there. If you're from our hometown and we talked about you today, I apologize.
No hard feelings.
Everything that we mentioned today is a legend and cannot be used against us in a court. So.
Dinkyville is a fictional town.
Dinkyville.
Anyways.
Anyways.
We'll catch you next time.
We'll catch you next week. All right.
Bye.